The Matariki Network is a group of 7 research-led universities. We are spread across the globe from Canada to Sweden and down here in little old New Zealand.
I think a lot of what Matariki is about creating dialogue through partnership and ensuring that we're engaging and bridging the gap between faculty and students and having those conversations that are so often put under the rug.
It's allowed us to see that, the problems that I have on my campus aren't only happening on my campus, but it's happening all over the world, right? And that there are students within these places and institutions that want to try to find answers to these problems. And I think that the Matariki Network allows that connection.
There are 3 main overarching strands, as they're called, in the Matariki Network, and it is empowering young leaders, it is creating a space for dialogue, and it is community engagement. And they all work intrinsically. We need one of them for the other 2 to work, and without one of them, we're not going to have a positive future place for the university to be in.
And then we started off in the first day, just talking about what works and what doesn't work in our institutions. Then we developed that on the second day in a more informal setting where we got to meet with other people and meet with the local communities and find out a bit about what they expect from the university and equally what the university expects from them.
Meet your entitlement as a citizen.
And then on the final day, we're really trying to build solutions and work towards things, which came out a lot better than I was expecting.
I don't think anything can change without partnership. And I think that's what Matariki really tries to emphasize. I think we can't just have the stakeholders be separate, but it's about the inclusion of student voices. And I think that's the only way we can truly change the education system or change education in a positive way.
The number one thing that I've gained from this experience is the opportunity to network with like-minded individuals. It gives you a sense of place in the world. There are so many different ideas and ways of doing things out there, and that things you may not have thought about before that now I'm starting to think about that could work at this campus. And it's the opportunity to be able to engage with academia and students alike, and that we're all feeling like we're on the same page.
Anyone can be a global citizen, and it starts by reaching out to those who are engaged within these communities to allow for conversation to happen and for everyone else to be included within these conversations of global citizenship, whether that's through staff members or community members.
Well, I think this in Otago has given me a great opportunity to see how the university engages with the community here, which is such a big part of New Zealand's history and also, I think, the university's future.
You can have situations where administration and students come together to co-design solutions to problems that affect the student body. And I think that that's been the biggest takeaway for me, especially for my campus.
Specifically this year, I think what we've been looking at is ways to improve our own campuses. So, I mean, there's a lot about global citizenship being a large-scale international phenomena, but there's so much that we can do locally in our own homes, and there's that idea of sometimes you need to take care of yourself first before you can take care of others.
And I think it's interesting how it develops because perhaps the ideas and the goals at the beginning were different to the ideas and goals that we have now. And I think it's just taken a natural process in the people who are involved, the people who want to be effective, and the people who want to be actively engaged in this network.
So we're trying to be very transformative in the way that we look at education in the future and how it can be more student-led, but we can also include the wider community. We all come from university-based towns, and it's important that we include the community into the university, not just the university being located in the community. And by bringing in all those aspects, we can create a much more global citizen thinking city that we live in.
Learning from one another has been such a prominent fact of this forum, and especially just understanding how much we have in common.
We need more platforms to build bridges between networks of people and form a kind of unity, which is, I think, where if there are fractions and fragmentations of people and societies, then that's where the breakdown comes in communication and in interaction and in politics and policies, which, if we want to make the world a better place, we really need to build those.